Thank you. Thank you for the very complicated introduction. I made the mission for her. Yes, thank you and good, hello. Sorry, I messed up in the beginning. My name is Paulina Marczykiewicz, and I stand up here to tell you my story. I would like to tell you a story about freedom with 4 legs and a tail. I would like to start about important feelings which we are sometimes forgetting or missing. First one, it's freedom. Second one is, of course, balance. And then we've got harmony, peace, and happiness. Right, but I'm just wondering how many of you know these feelings or can understand these feelings for longer than even one day? Usually we are losing this, aren't we? London. Who likes to do the retreat from this overcrowded city where everybody are in rush and everybody is time, and we feel the pressure, the city, the capital of Europe, where everybody are rushing, but also we feel the time pressure, which is taking us each hour, each minute, each second. I was in the middle of nowhere. Around me were beautiful green mountains, surrounded by sheep and goats and cows and horses. The deep blue spring and the beautiful flowers which are smiling to me with all the colors. Oh, and the flavor, this fantastic flavor, the herbal flavor, it makes me unconscious. And behind me, there were miles or nobody. And in front of me, there were nobody, even one sign of civilization, any house, any person. I was sitting on a horse. The 700 kilograms of the furry creature, which is so strong and powerful, but in the same time, very delicate and also very kind and sensitive. Our lives were connected. My horse were of course relying on me, and I had to rely on horse even more. Then I took my compass, I checked the direction. It was actually south and beautiful sun. I put it in pocket. Then we start slowly walk. And the horse said, no, please, go quicker. Then we start trotting. We start trotting together. And then we went to canter. We start cantering, and then say, horse to me, Paulina, go, come again. It's so big joy and power. So we went for the terrible gallop, and we're galloping, losing our breath, and feeling each step touching in the ground will give us a joy and pleasure to finally achieve freedom. Then, still crazy galloping, I close my eyes. And then, to keep all this emotion and this feeling inside me, for me and forever, and today to share with you. This was my experience, which I had in my expedition in Mongolia, which I did this August. Not the first expedition, not the last expedition, and not only to Mongolia. I had about 2,000 kilometers of plenty of this sort of experiences, which gives me passion and joy on a daily basis, because all is inside in here. And what I can say else is to one only question to you. Who like to do another fantastic retreat with me? Thank you. Oh, we've got one. You can sign in the end. Thank you.
Fantastic. We go here from the judges?
Oh my God. Yeah, I can listen. Sorry.
Ready now? Yeah.
I thought that was so lovely.
Thank you.
I was totally. I forgot that I was judging you.
Oh my God.
I actually forgot that I was supposed to be kind of critiquing it because I was so drawn into your story. And it was beautiful. I love the way you painted the story with your hands. Like the way that you use your body is very natural and lovely. It's very expressive. And yeah, I like the way you chose different points to place the story. And I could see and I could feel all of those experiences that you were expressing. I just thought it was really lovely. Your enthusiasm was infectious. and I just really enjoyed it. It was very engaging, very warm. I didn't really have anything to say. There were tiny moments where I felt that you lost your confidence slightly and you looked down a little bit. Some people, when they forget what they're going to say or when they're lacking in confidence, their eyes just drop. And if you find yourself more aware of that, then if you'll forget something or if you're thinking, it's a bit more powerful to keep your eyes, maybe to flick them up slightly, because when you go to the floor, we lose you. And so that's just like a little technical tip. So if you find yourself thinking or feeling a little bit nervous, try and do your thinking here rather than the thinking there. It's just a tiny technical thing. But it was lovely, really lovely.
Thank you.
Brilliant. I came here tonight looking for some feelings in the room, and you gave them beautifully. You're very dramatic, and I love a bit of drama myself. And the way that you embody that in the whole of your body is absolutely fantastic. So you're a great storyteller, and when you're there, when you're present, then your voice works beautifully. So here's some feedback that'll help you get to the next level, because for me, you started before you were ready. You started when you felt they wanted you to start rather than when you wanted to start.
Okay.
And if you held your space and allowed yourself to be present before you begin, then you become powerful from the moment that you're standing there before you speak.
So you mean that I start some sections too quick?
I'm talking about the very, very beginning.
Ah, okay.
When you were on stage.
Oh, it was like that.
Yes. So you felt you needed to start when actually, if you'd held your space, and if you ever watch videos of someone like Bill Clinton when they go on a stage, they wait until they're ready.
Okay.
They don't start when anyone else. They
Correcting
wait
the notes.
and they hold it.
I did not have sexual.
That's the one. That's the one. And just notice, because you're so good with gesture and with your hands, when you put them together like this, it shifts the breath up into the chest and it brings your voice back in to your mouth and it makes you breathy. So just be aware with so much power that just slightly undercuts you there. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes?
Thank you.
Well done.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
You've got 2 minutes.
So can you see the power of using story? Right? There it was. So there's a couple of things though. One, first of all, it's nice to see you starting to blossom. You're one of the hardest working and stroppiest people I get to work with on a regular basis, in a good way, because all the trains, Paulina's just like, Elliot, I don't get this, no, I'm not doing this, and then suddenly to see that, I'm like, now I get a little bit what parents might feel like when kids suddenly blossom. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Like
and
a
that was
flower on a
beautiful.
river.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, she's using the tools and she's out of her head.
Yeah, this is everything what Elliot taught me about and teach us about creating the story, using all metaphors, and I really like it.
Thank you, I'm glad you do.
Yay!
What I wanted to see more of is not just the expansiveness of you using the space both energetically and physically.
Mm-hmm.
And first of all, so using the stage a little bit more, because you were stuck there pretty much the whole time.
You know, in the beginning I was like this,
A little bit.
presenting.
And just getting more into the animation, because like when we canted, and really, I wanted to see that more in your body. Now, there's a beautiful moment where I could see you were present in yourself. I think when you went up there. But I would like to have seen that come out more to the audience. So we could gauge, I could see where you were.
Okay.
It's almost like taking a breath and going. and just that pause would have drawn us in that. This is inches, by the way, right? Would just pulled us in more to your story and made you even more mesmerizing. So it's not to take away from what you've done, but I just feel that's your stretch is more. Now you've mastered kind of how to use story. It's about taking us even more in there with you, and that comes from pausing a lot. It comes from really gauging the audience, and you slow down very nicely, but even deeper into your pause, and even taking the time to kind of just gauge the room, and then take us with you again. So I mean, this is incredible what you did tonight. It's the best I've ever seen you, but I'm still going to push you even further.
Of course.
Of course.
I like to be pushed.
So all the shots was well done. That was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you.